You understand. But there has to be a basic, explicit expression of the Holy Spirit or the Son or the Father, or we are spiritual plagiarists. You know what a plagiarist is? One who copies from something and repeat, okay. One of the biggest weaknesses in the church is that we functionally, not theologically, functionally, in the way we speak, way we think, the way we write, the way we communicate, etc., etc. And think about yourself. Think about teachings and preachings that you hear all the time. How much of it acknowledges the Holy Spirit? How much do you do that? Is that spiritual plagiarism? Is it? Yes. So we need to come to a place where we begin to functionally express, functionally understand that everything God does, is it okay if I repeat that word? What? Everything that God does, all three persons of God are involved through their presence, one God, but differently. Right? We'll see that. It's impossible for God to do anything unilaterally, according to one person, do anything unilaterally by himself. God cannot do that. He must work in absolute unity. Why? Because he's one God. Every person of the Trinity is fully God in himself, but not by himself. So you see, if the Son of God is totally God by himself, he can act without the Father and the Son. Right, Mike? He doesn't need them. But that's impossible. So let's begin, and we're going to talk about Ephesians chapter 1, verses 3 to 14 in the next few weeks, or 1 to 14, actually, in the next few weeks. Why? Because we just want to give one scriptural basis. There are many. This is perhaps the best one, if you would, that kind of gives us a fuller understanding of the Trinity's work. And we're going to see the work of the Father, the work of the Son, and the work of the Holy Spirit. All together, all three together, saving us. Which one should we emphasize? There is no that. Which one does this? Yes. Which one does that? Yes. Which one does the other? Yes. But could we be saved if the Spirit and the Son are not involved? Can we? No. Can we be saved if the Father is involved without the Son? If the Son is involved without the Father and the Spirit? You see, you begin to see how it works. So we want to be a truly Trinitarian group. In order to image God faithfully, we must image him in a way that manifests Father, Son, and Holy Spirit in us. And we must, I believe, I'm firmly convinced of it, we must much more than we ever do, that we have been doing, is giving the Holy Spirit the credit. Giving God the Father the credit, giving the Son the credit, where that credit is due as far as his leadership at that moment without forgetting the other two. Am I all right on this? Do you want to add anything to this? Okay. Now, I know that many of you may not be here next week because you're out of town, but if you're in town, please come back and I want to say this at the end. You don't know how much I appreciate, I personally I just appreciate each one of you. When I say I missed you, I really do mean, Belinda, I missed you. Even you I miss. You know? I do miss you. I just feel you're my family. I just, I'm an old grandpa and here's all my kids. I really do miss you. So when I say that, don't become offended or whatever. I'm just telling you. I miss most of you. You know? There are a few of you I don't miss as much, but I miss you. Rob, do you want to say something quickly? Can't hear you. Yes. And actually, as R.C. Sproul says, you're not a being. Only God is a being. You're a becoming. Isn't that good? You really need to go online and look up that teaching. See you next week.